Hello.
Hey everyone.
Welcome back to another week of Obscura Undead. We are your weekly source of band news, tour news, music discussion,
Reviews
and more.
and more.
I'm Mouse.
I'm Azzy. And this is our reviews episode. And it's been 3 weeks since we've done one of these, so hopefully we still remember how.
This week we have 3 albums, well, 2 albums and an EP.
So it's like 2 albums.
It's like this. It's like 2.5, like that.
Yeah.
So we have the EP by Affet Robot. I realize I don't know how to say it.
Affet Robot.
No. I know how to say Affet Robot. I don't know how to say the.
Oh,
So you're there.
Oh my god.
All right. So the EP. I'm not going to try to pronounce it again. And then we have Nuovo Testamento with Exposure. And last,
Detoxi, First Flash.
First Flash.
Yeah, so let's start out with Affet Robot.
So Affet Robot. We watched one of their music videos.
Yeah,
together.
we watched it for, for Tina?
For Tina. So
And that was such a pretty video, too.
it was.
It was
so
a very pretty song.
aesthetic.
Aesthetic.
With a double C. So this band is out of Turkey.
Shut up.
Why? Why can't I use aesthetic with a double C?
That was fucking awful, but please go on.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
They're from Turkey,
Istanbul.
not Constantinople.
Nope. Because can't go back.
Constantinople. Oh my god. Been a long time gone. Constantinople. Not Constantinople got the works. There was nobody's business but the Turks. Dinner.
Are we reviewing that song now?
Yeah, we should. Anyway, goofballing aside, this is the project of Eren Gunsan and Eser Ozdenagu. Sorry, our Turkish is terrible. So the EP, you can find it on Bandcamp. Our Turkish is terrible. My articulation? Oh my god, that's good. Libby would approve.
Anyway.
4 tracks. It came out in September 27th of this year. Mm-hmm. And we really wanted to cover this because we really want to get some attention on this band. Like we were saying when we watched the music video, I think there'll really be something once they put out an album.
Right, I mean, well, this is the second thing that they've put out.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's another one called Ratangan.
Yeah.
Rontgen. Isn't that the chemical scale on at Chernobyl?
I don't...
3.17 Rontgens?
I did not watch that show, and I don't know much about nuclear stuff.
Oh. But yeah, they have a release that they did in 2017. I don't think I listened to it, but I bought it.
I listened to a couple of tracks off of it, and I think that this EP that they came back to this year is much better.
Okay. So we're hoping that new stuff will be in this same vein.
Right, because there's something just about the EP that's just, it's really great in that way that like the more like wavy synthy dark wave stuff kind of like hits.
Yeah, I think it's the tunes are catchy. Well, the dancier tunes are catchy.
There's only 3 tracks really.
There's 4 tracks, right? And the first one
remix.
The first one is for Tina.
Mm-hmm.
The third track is,
which I would dance to that.
I loved it. I love it. Yeah, and the third track, which is that remix edit, is also dancey.
Yes, I really like that remix edit. The song's like into Mal, but he goes ooh, ooh, ooh.
So you've got your Turkish like low singing, and you have like the dark wave synthy, like all the elements are there. You've got your atmospheric synth, and I don't know what they are. They're like post-punk clacks.
The post-punk's clackety clacks.
The clacky. Yeah, the clackety clacks.
Yeah.
So like you would hear something like that in Twin Tribes. Like you would like you're dancing and all of it, and it's not like a kick. It's like a yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's clacky, and like you hear that stuff and it's just like reminiscent of like the nostalgia bands or like a retro wave kind of feel.
Yeah, but I don't think that Affet Robot has a very retro feel.
No, it doesn't.
They have a very now feel.
They do, but just hearing something like that adds to it. I lost my voice. Hang on.
We really should have a segment of guess what gross cocktail concoction Mouse is drinking this week.
I know. You know what? I should also put it in a glass because I don't know what color this is. My Powerade and
Saint Germain.
Saint Germain.
Like that week you gave me tequila and Kool-Aid.
That was great.
That was so gross.
Why was it gross?
Affet Robot, not gross.
I think they're pretty stylish. You know, I had to watch the video to come to that conclusion because it really fit with the song for Tina. The next track, Hallelujah, is more of a slow.
Is it supposed to be Hallelujah?
Hallelujah. No, I would not. That song is more of like a slow ballad, but it's so like romantically, like it's like there's this like sparkly, like I don't know where I get the idea, like sparkly or starry, like that's what I hear in the music, like in the sound effects they're using.
Okay.
So it sounds really beautiful to me.
I mean, it was a very beautiful track, but I did not like it as much as the rest of the EP. I felt like it slowed it down and in a way that just wasn't necessarily.
It shouldn't have been number 2. It should have been the last track.
I think it would have fit better there. Yeah.
And there is a music video out for it now, which we have to go check out.
Oh yeah, that's right. There totally is. But yeah, out of all of them, I think that the regular version of
Intimal?
Yeah,
That is good.
I think that was my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I like it a lot, but I do love that edit mix that they did of it. It was punchy and dancey and clacky, and it was fun. So like you hear Intimal and you're like, ooh, this is nice. Ooh, this is nice. And then you hear the remix and it's like, oh, this is better.
Oh yeah, does it slap?
But it could be, oh my god, it slaps.
You finally said it!
Oh my god, it slaps! It slaps, yeah. Intimal, the remix. Affet Robot remix, it slaps.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward
This shit slaps.
I'm really looking forward to whatever Affet Robot comes out with next because this EP was really great.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff. All right. So I guess next let's talk about Nuovo Testamento, which is a cold wave supergroup.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, so let me read you off the messages, not messages.
The bio?
The bio, for fuck's sake. So, this is reading off of postpunk.com because they have good info. The new band is a half American, half Italian trio featuring members from Horror Vacui, Sheer Meg, Torso, Terremoto, and Crimson Scarlet.
Wow.
So Terremoto is, that's Chelsea Crowley and Giacomo Zatti. Chelsea is the vocalist. And the member, Andrea Mantioni, is from Horror Vacui, which prior to reading this article, I did not know that it was a collab with a member of Horror Vacui.
I did not know they were a supergroup.
And that makes me love them even more.
Yes.
Yeah, so this album came out on March 7th, way earlier this year, on Avant Records, and it's a 6-track EP. They
or
recently,
an album.
I count as an EP. I'm using my 6-track like cutoff veto here.
They could have put intros at the beginning and the end, and they were like, nah, let's cut those off. Because nobody needs those. And that's their album.
And that's their album. Well,
you know, yeah, who knows?
it's called Exposure.
It's called Exposure.
And that is the lead-in track.
There's a really cool photo on the cover that looks like Exposure. It's like an exposed camera film. So this is a female-fronted, female vocal cold wave band. You have all the cold wave elements there. First 2 tracks, very catchy. Just straight up like synth heavy, but not super synth heavy. As a cold wave band, they're scaled back. It's more of that minimal synth sound. Like a Melror Rose Garden Funeral Party, but with synths. And guitars.
Is everything gonna come around to Rose Garden Funeral Party with you now?
No.
maybe.
I just want to talk about them. Can I?
But
one day.
Exposure and Cascade, though, were really lovely. I found myself, like, if I listened to one, I had to go listen to the other.
Yeah, I felt like they needed to go together.
They need to go together. Yeah, and I really appreciated that. And then you get to track 3, Gold.
Gold. Very different than...
Very, very, very
than the
different.
first two that you were just listening to.
The vocals feel almost poppy.
I actually was describing it as cold wave pop.
Yes.
Like, it
that
was
is the
light
best way to
and
describe
airy.
it.
Her voice was sweet. And usually with, like, cold wave, you get, like a detached vocal. Like, they will just sound, like, cold and emotionless.
I was flabbergasted the first time I listened to this track, and I was just like, do I hate this?
Well, yeah, no. So
I
at
think
first
I
was
hate
like,
this.
no. At first I was like, I don't think this fits with it. But then once you get the idea that the band could do other things,
Yeah.
I thought when I listened to track 1 and 2 that the whole album was going to be like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was kind of in fear that I was like, okay, is this going to be the whole album?
Oh crap! What's the rest of
But
the
then
album like?
Gold wakes you up, and it's like, oh, but we can
Wakes
also
you
do
up.
this.
And
So I appreciate that now after listening a couple times.
Yeah, same. I grew to appreciate that track. It still might not be my favorite, but I appreciate that it leads into like Hymn 1 and Hush.
I don't remember him one. I feel like it was just a in between like instrumental kind of stuff.
It was, yeah, it totally was. And I was
Okay.
thinking when I saw it, is there a Hymn 2? And then I was just like, why is there no Hymn 2?
Maybe it's him. I.
Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it's him.
Himmy.
Himmy.
Himney.
Himny.
Then there's a track, Hush, which reminds me of Twin Tribes and their like post-punk darkwave style. And as I was listening to it, I realized that it would go really well with Affet Robot in like a mix. I thought that would be really cool.
I felt like this whole album would go really well with Affet Robot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Last track is called Love Alone. It focuses on, the synths and the atmospheric wave and everything. It really sets you in a mood, but then it's over after that. But yeah, short, sweet. Probably a half an hour. Listen, like a half an hour.
It was very, very short. I think that's about right. And that's the thing is I would listen to it like 2 or 3 times at a time because it was so short, and I wouldn't realize that it had repeated until Gold came on.
Oh, okay. And then you're like, this song.
Oh, right, the album has repeated again. But I guess I feel like it started off the strongest. Like that was what really hit it for me. Exposure and Cascade, the first 2 tracks are really set the tone, and I love them so much.
So which is your favorite
Between the 2?
of the whole release?
Exposure and Cascade.
Together.
Together forever.
Okay, well, they're interchangeable, but maybe Cascade, because it's track 2 and I've heard it more. Both are good, like we said. Gold and Hush are also excellent. Yeah, go listen to it.
Go support your Italo California supergroup.
Bologna supergroup. I'm sorry, they're from Bologna, Italy. I don't know how to say it. We say Bologna here.
Around these parts, we say baloney.
You're not from these parts.
For fuck's sake.
You say Bologna, I say how does the Oscar Mayer thing go?
My baloney has a first
Oh
name.
no,
It's
never mind. Wrong
OSCAR.
thing. Wrong thing. Sorry.
That you say tomato, I say tomato.
Yeah, I'm all mixed
You say
up.
baloney, I say bologna.
Bologna.
Alright, let's move on to Detoxi.
Oh my god. Okay.
So Detoxi.
So Detoxi.
I fucking loved this album. First Flesh, it came out just recently. October 18th.
And it is a perfect Halloween album. Perfect for, October.
Perfect for October. So
Perfect
this is
for your death rock needs.
Yeah, and they're from California?
They're from California.
Of course they're from California. It is a 4-man band. So you have Derek on vocals and guitar. You have
Where are you going? Oh, sorry. Okay. You're reading
Oscar
my computer.
Oscar on bass, yeah. Matt on keys and John on drums. And God, they fucking kill it.
Guitar, bass, keys. It's all there.
It's all there. I really love this album. It has a very political and social message.
There is.
It's also a death rock album, so there you go. But it had kind of like, it wasn't like straight death rock. It was kind of like, had some like very punk, like.
There were some really punk songs on it. So to look at their.
Oh, and the lyrics are on every single track, and I love it.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yes. I love lyrics. Ooh.
So like the album starts off with my absolute favorite song on the whole thing, which is Gray Lines. And the vocals are just
intense, and they're
so
awesome.
intense. The first time I listened to it, I have to admit, the vocals threw me off so hard because I was just like, I can't mentally put this together with the sound that I'm hearing.
Because
and it caught me off guard.
It was higher pitched than I expected
exactly.
it to be.
Yeah.
But then knowing that I was hearing death rock, they fit.
Yeah,
and it works.
And you keep listening to it, and the album just gets better. I've listened to this album like 50 fucking times, and I'm not joking.
50? I listened to it like 15 times.
See, that's still a lot.
It was a lot. But we had several weeks.
But his vocals, because it's high pitched, but it doesn't have that like Roz Creek that you might otherwise expect for more high pitched vocals. It's very
his
clear.
Voice is confident and crisp, and he knows exactly where he's going. And
yes,
it's so nice.
Yes.
And normally I don't really like the higher pitched male vocal, but I did love it here.
And I really think it worked. Like, and the themes of the songs, like the lyrics too, are.
I feel bad I didn't actually look at the lyrics.
Well, go listen to it for the 16th time and read all of the lyrics.
Okay.
But like, I love like the way that Gray Lines opens up. You know, like especially the way it closes, where it's like the creatures outside are bleeding.
Yeah.
For reasons I wonder why.
Yeah, and as the album goes on, you do see some of those like political steeped songs,
like
which I think Death of a Nation.
Yeah.
Those I liked least.
I still liked them. I really appreciate a political message in my music, but I think like more the social messages.
And
hi, Denny.
Oh, hi, Denny. You have to say it like Tommy Wiseau.
No.
Oh, hi, Denny. That's why I named him Denny.
Oh, hi, Denny.
Yes, you got it. That's exactly right.
Okay,
all
cool.
Right. So Death of a Nation has been out since 2018.
Yeah, because about half of the tracks on this album are from their Death of a Nation EP, which was released April of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is the case where, we had what I would basically call a demo go into a full-fleshed album. But so like Gray Lines is another one that was on their EP from last year.
So as far as death rock goes, there is a certain style that makes up a death rock album or a death rock band, and you hear certain elements. For this, it seemed so fresh and updated. Like, it didn't sound like it was recorded in a basement with reverb and all of that.
Right, yeah.
In a dark cave somewhere. It's like mastered well, it's mixed well, and
it doesn't lose anything.
Anything, yeah. You could hear every single element, not one instrument overpowers another. So I really appreciated that. That is one of the things that makes it hard for me to listen to a lot of death rock, because like all the sounds mushed together. But for this, like everything was crisp and clear, and I really appreciated that. But once you get past the Death of a Nation, which is truly a death rock anthem.
Well, I also really like just in the vocals, there's variation throughout the songs, the way that vocals are used, which you don't always hear in death rock, but when you do, it makes great death rock.
And that is signs of a very talented singer.
Yeah.
But he can do that. What's the guy's name?
I know that we just read it. I know it's not Oscar, John, or Matt.
Derek!
Yeah.
Derek, good job.
Really, like, phenomenal.
So I appreciated the second half of the album, closer to Cult Culture and Shapeshifter.
I really love Shapeshifter, too.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And intense, Shapeshifter. There are some parts of it where he's just like wailing, and it's just, God, it's just, yeah, it's so good.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. And it's hard to describe when you have an album that's just perfect. You have your signature like organ and keys, you know, like your Halloween organ.
Your spooky Halloween
Spooky
death rock
Halloween,
camp,
like
yeah.
Haunted Mansion organ.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it was great. And, but without being too campy.
Yeah.
Because
everything felt...
mature.
Yeah, mature is a really good word for it. But still very much, like, steeped in what we would expect, but still very updated, very modern, very... I don't know how to describe it. Go listen to the album.
Yeah.
Fall in love with it like we did.
The song Black Square and Crooked Smile, I kind of keep those together. Black Square was more like a theme show, like a a soundtrack, and it reminded me of Ghost. And Crooked Smile was similar. It had an amazing vocal chorus, and I was singing along. So it was like that's the way Ghost is. You're just like
singing and bopping.
Just singing and bopping. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that was a lot of the second half of the album.
Right. Yeah, the first half was way more serious. I mean, like, look at all the lyrics in Modus Operandi. Like, that's just...
I don't think a song is more serious if it has more words, but
I think it is.
Okay.
I mean, you have more to say. You have a lot to say. It's not just poetry. Like, this is, like...
No, there's a
manifesto.
Lot to say. There's a lot to say.
So the 3 tracks, the first 3 tracks were intense and serious, and then it starts getting into like lighter-hearted things that were more like sing-along. Like you could see just in the lyrics, the song structures are completely different.
In the way that the lyrics are just laid out, yeah, I see that just looking at them.
The last couple of tracks I don't really remember that much. Because it had already gotten over that hump. Like, I just loved those middle 4 tracks so much that I don't really remember the way Lesser Retreat is or Nonsense.
See, I don't really remember Nonsense because by the time I got to that point, I was like, I need to go back and listen to Grey Lines and Shapeshifter.
Yeah, I was too. I was like distracted. I was like, okay, this sounds good, but can I like just go back and listen to my favorite tracks now?
Yeah. So I think that those really were my favorite tracks, Grey Lines and Shapeshifter.
Grey Lines and Shapeshifter. For me, it's going to be track 4, Cult Culture.
Also a good
and
one.
5, Shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Which are both really hard to say. Cult Culture, Shapeshifter.
Cult Culture, Shapeshifter?
Yeah.
I think that might just be your mouth. But, yeah, if these guys could play in Tampa, that'd be amazing.
Oh my god. That's interesting.
We should play in Tampa.
Bring over 4 guys from California?
Yes.
That'll be hard. You better start driving now.
Oh god, they have drums too. Who do we know that has drums?
We know people that have drums.
We just like friends.
We're
trying to save some money.
We'll give them like a trash can and be like, here, you gotta beat on these.
This is an industrial music.
It is now.
But
anyway, highly recommended. We can't stop talking about Detoxi.
Yeah.
Do they have a music video?
I don't believe so.
Oh.
I couldn't even find a Facebook profile for them, but I didn't look too hard.
I was thinking a lot about like all the other California death rock that we know.
There's a lot of it. California.
That's where
is
it
great
came
for death
from,
rock.
isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Roz Williams, 45 Grave might have come from there.
I believe they did.
But yeah, so like it reminded me of those days without. But it was so updated that it just seemed like...
It sounded very new. Like, new sound new, not like
revival
out of the
almost.
packaging.
But it didn't...
No.
But the scene didn't die, so we can't use the word revival.
Well, there was Death Rock Revival, but I still don't think it sounded like Death Rock Revival because it sounded just...
What is Death Rock Revival? I don't think that could work because it never went away.
Yeah, well, Death Rock Revival is when you just had a shitload of more Death Rock bands in like the early 2010s and stuff. You know, like when your friend Razor Candy was like making her model career, like in like what was it, the late 2000s
or early 2000s,
something like that.
Yeah, okay.
It was just a revival in the fashion and the music, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Go check out these bands, and if you only check out one, check out the one that I liked best, Detoxi. No, I'm kidding. Actually, do go check out all of them. They're pretty great. All three, yeah. And we've gotten to the point of the video where we tell you to like, comment, subscribe, check out obscureanddead.com, check out our Facebook, Obscure and Dead, Instagram, Obscure and Dead. We post a lot of varied, random shit if you want to follow us, what we're up to. Instagram is better for that if you want to find new music. Our Facebook is better for that. And we would also like to thank the people who have made this video possible. All of our Patreon members, thank you so much. And all of our viewers, thank you so much. But really, we're just gonna say out loud the names of our $10 tier or more Patreon viewers, because thank you.
Thank you, Skullgirdle.
Thank you, Acid Bitter.
Thank you, Cadaver Kelly.
Thank you, Diasiculus.
Thank you, Beth Razoff.
Thank you, Junkyard Bat.
Thank you, Libby.
Thank you, Max Shrek.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you, Demetria.
Thank you, Uncle Fester.
Thank you, David.
And thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Mason Shiver.
Thank you, Generic Jackal.
Thank you, Sabaris.
That's it.
That's it, and we'll see you next time.